Hello friends, welcome back once again to our class, and we are going to start with a new unit, the new poem which is prescribed in our syllabus, and the title of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo. टाइटल पे से ही हमको पता चलता है कि व्हाट द पोएट वांट्स टू से थ्रू द पोएम. आप सोचो कि जो एनिमल्स फॉरेस्ट में रहते हैं, दीज एनिमल्स आर दे आर हैविंग द राइट टू लीव फ्रीली, दैट इज़ देयर बेसिक राइट. बट as we are keeping these animals in the cage in the zoo, and then the people are visiting, we are visiting, we enjoy there to see these animals in the cage when we visit the zoo. But are we thinking about that what might be these animals feeling when they are deprived of their basic right, the basic right of freedom? So that is what the theme here is. The poet has tried to compare the life of a tiger who is in the cage and the tiger who is outside in the sense a tiger who is able to move freely, or a tiger who is living in the forest freely without any restriction. So we just you think about when you were there young and visiting the zoo with your parents or schoolmates. Many times the schools they are organizing the visit to the zoo, and then at that time we just are enjoying the and the things which are there, or we are enjoying the visit there, watching these animals, and sometimes we are thrilled, sometimes we are afraid of when we are visiting the zoo. So that what the tiger in the zoo, it is a poem there with the theme there, what the poet is there. The poet is there trying to explain us that how a tiger who was kept in the cage might be feeling over there. मार्च महीने में जब हमारे यहाँ लॉकडाउन घोषित हुआ था, एट दैट टाइम वी वेर देयर लिविंग इन द हाउस, और मार्च अप्रैल मई ऐसा थोड़ा बढ़ते बढ़ते काफ़ी 3 महीने तक लॉकडाउन चला और हम घर में रहे. सो नो डाउट वी वेर इन द हाउस, we were not allowed to move out, but we were able to enjoy the life even in the house freely with all different sorts of gadgets, television, mobiles, laptops, games, etc., books to read, and still we were there always thinking कि कब ये लॉकडाउन ख़त्म होगा और कब हम बाहर जाएंगे, फ्रीली हम घूम पाएंगे. तो इतना होने के बावजूद अगर ये विचार हमारे मन में आता है, तो क्या हम कभी सोचते हैं इन जानवरों के बारे में जो इस तरह से केज में बंद होते हैं? सो आइए एक वीडियो में आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि कैसा लगता होगा उन जानवरों को. पर्टिकुलरली मैं एक टाइगर का वीडियो आपको दिखाऊंगी जो केज में बंद है, और वो अपना गुस्सा किस तरह से निकालता है. सो जैसे कि हमने देखा कि वो वीडियो में जो टाइगर है वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह सिर्फ इधर उधर घूमता था या घूमता रहता है. सो नाउ हियर टू बिगिन विद द पोएम, व्हाट इज दैट? द पोएम बिगिंस विद द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ अ टाइगर. The tiger obviously is very beautiful, and He's very courageous, fearless, strong. We are afraid of the tiger whenever, suppose we are in the forest and all of a sudden if the tiger is there in front of us, उसी टाइम पे हमारी जान निकल जाएगी. But as it is now kept in the cage, we want to show that we are very powerful than him. But now here the poem is there beginning with that. It is there having the beautiful black strips, the paws, they are compared with velvet, smooth and soft one. But the tiger which was there in the cage, it was not happy, it was quite angry as it was confined in the cage. उसको बंद करके रखा था केज में, इसलिए उसको बहुत गुस्सा आता है. The poet here wants to say that as the tiger was there kept in the zoo, in the cage, he would have been hiding himself behind the long grass if he was free. जब जंगल में रहता है टाइगर तो वो फ्रीली घूमता है. एंड देन वी कैन फाइंड द टाइगर नियर द ponds, lakes, rivers, which is hiding there behind the grass as he want to hunt. So that is what the tiger which is in there in the forest. But now if the tiger is there kept in the cage, it is completely opposite thing for the tiger. As it is there kept in the cage, he is there powerless. He feels that मेरी जो ताकत है वो अब ताकत चली गई है. वो restless रहता है. He is very angry, etc. Here now the tiger is described as powerless. He is very angry by the poet. He says that during the night also, when the tiger is alone, hearing the voice of the patrolling vehicles. Patrolling means जो गश्त लगाते हैं, जो फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल रात को हमारे सोसाइटी में जो वॉचमैन रहता है वो पेट्रोलिंग करता है. इट मीन्स वो गश्त लगाता है, रोज घूमता है, रात को ध्यान रखता है. सो हियर व्हाट द पोएट वांट्स टू से, द इवन इन द नाइट ही इज हियरिंग द पेट्रोलिंग व्हीकल्स ऑफ द पुलिस एंड लुकिंग एट द स्टार्स. The cage life has totally changed the tiger's personality, and the poet here is trying to say that the animal which is very famous for its fearlessness and freedom, now it is confined in the cage, is very sad, angry because of human beings, as we want to derive pleasure by looking at him in the zoo. जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि बचपन में जब हम ज़ू विज़िट करते थे तो बहुत खुश हो जाते थे, इन एनिमल्स को देख के हम बहुत खुश होते थे. लेकिन द रियलिटी इज़ देयर दैट दीज एनिमल्स आर नॉट एट ऑल हैप्पी इन द केज. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट द डिस्कशन about the poem, what the poet has said there in the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid strips the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Rage means anger. Stalks means follow. Vivid means brightly colored. Paw means the paws of tiger, उसके जो पैर है वो. Here in this stanza the poet wants to say that it is confined in the zoo and it is moving there in the cage and having these beautiful black strips, bright color, and then he is taking few steps because the cage is very small, so he is walking from one end to another. He is moving from one end to another, and while doing so he is very angry. He is showing his anger there. So that what the first stanza is. Then in the second stanza, what is described? He should be lurking in shadow. So lurking, he should be lurking in shadow. Lurking means to be hidden as to attack on the prey. मतलब जब फॉरेस्ट में जो टाइगर रहता है वो छिप जाता है आजू बाजू में टॉल ग्रास के पीछे, and then he is attacking the animal, whichever animal is there coming near to the lake, river, etc. to drink the water. So he should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where the plump deer pass. The poet has given us the example of deer. अगर डियर वहाँ पे पानी पीने आता है तो ये जो टाइगर है वो वहाँ पे आजू बाजू में जो टॉल ग्रास होती है उसके पीछे वो छिप जाता है, and then he is attacking the deer there or attacking the prey. So here in the third stanza now, what is there? He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Snarling, warning, bearing uncovered, and fangs, sharp teeth there. We know very well the teeth are very sharp. So here in this stanza, the poet wants to say that the tiger, if would have been free, he would have snarled around the houses. We know very well, as we are there living in Gujarat, and Gujarat is very famous for Gir forest. It is only place for the Asiatic animals in the world, and in that forest area, near the forest area, there are small villages, and the people can hear the roaring of the lions in the night there. So snarling around the houses near the outskirts of the forest. तो द एग्जाम्पल जो मैंने आपको दिया कि गिर फॉरेस्ट के आजू बाजू में जितने भी स्मॉल विलेजेस है, शायद उन लोगों को ये स्नार्लिंग ऑफ द लॉयन पता चलता होगा. सो व्हेन एवर द टाइगर इज देयर फ्री, ही इज देयर रोअरिंग, the people who are living in the outskirts of the forest, they are able to hear the roaring, the snarling of the tiger. Then what happens when the tiger is roaring? We are terrorized. हमको डर लगता है. So he would terrorize the people, and then when he is opening his mouth, the jaw, you can see the sharp teeth there. So he would be there terrorizing the people with the sharp teeth and claws. This would create fear among the people living in the village. Obviously, the people who are living in the village, they are terrorized. They are afraid of the lions or the tigers, and so the description here is the same what the poet has mentioned कि जो टाइगर फ्री मूव करता है तो वो लोगों को डराता है, अपनी ताकत दिखाता है, and that is what the same thing is described. Then after that, in the next stanza, what is there? But he is locked in the concrete cell. Now as the tiger is in the zoo, he is locked down in the concrete cell. His strength behind the bars. वो केज में है तो वो अपनी ताकत कैसे दिखाएगा? He is helpless, he is powerless. And so now the strength which is there, the tiger is behind the bars. वो बार के पीछे है, सेल में है, केज में है. Stalking the length of his cage. Stalking the length of his cage means he is walking. एक छोर से वो दूसरे छोर पे जाता रहता है. ऐसा लगता है शायद वो लेंथ गिन रहा है केज की. That what the poet has mentioned. This is what the thing we can understand, how helpless he might be feeling there when he is kept in the cage. He is just walking here from one place to another, one wall to another wall, ignoring the visitors. When we are visiting the zoo, he is ignoring the visitors. He is not at all interested in the visitors there. We are interested to see these animals and the tiger. We want to take the photographs and selfie and etc. there. So here in this stanza, the poet has mentioned that how the tiger is moving there, just walking there from one wall to another wall, one end to another end. Then in the last stanza, what is described? He hears the last voice at the night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Patrolling means to guard, to keep vigil. So that in the last stanza, the poet is there saying that in the night the tiger hears the sound of the patrolling car. The patrolling cars are the vehicles of the police who are there guarding the zoo there, or the whatever the national park or etc. In the night the tiger hears the sound of these cars, then he stares. Stare means to look at in the sky the stars with his shining eyes. उसके eyes भी रात के अंधेरे में चमकती है बहुत. And that what he is looking at the stars in the night. The poet here wants to say that the tiger is very sad and he is confined in the cage. So he is there expressing his anger and anguish there, as he is not able to do anything. Therefore he stares only at the stars in the night, trying to divert the thought, whatever he is thinking about his life, which is just there in the cage. So we can say that the poet has tried here to give the message that how these animals which are very powerful, the tiger is the powerful animal, the lion is the powerful animal, is the king there, but still when we are keeping them in the cage, they are feeling helpless. So this is what the poem is, a tiger in the zoo. So here now suppose you, if you think about the poetic devices and or the figure of speech there, we can see that in the third stanza, the line terrorizing the village, it is an exclamation mark, so it obviously it is exclamation. Then what is there in their alliteration is there, the repeated sound is there, repeated sound of H is there, his in the last stanza there, we can say it is alliteration. So he stalks in his vivid strips the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet he is quite rage. So that what the first stanza is there. So we can say that the rhyming pattern is also there. Cage, rage, strips, and then is quiet, shadow, then grass, pass. So the rhyming pattern is also there mentioned here. We can say the rhyming pattern A, B, C, B in the last one, rhyming scheme, that is cars and stars. Then in the first stanza we can have the in the first stanza, let's see what the rhyming scheme is. He stalks and in his vivid strips there. Let me just get the stanza. So cage, rage, A, B, C, B. Then it is personification. The tiger is personified because the poet refers him as he, that he stalks. Then metaphor, tiger's paws are compared with velvet, so that is metaphor, on pads of velvet, that is metaphor. Then it is in the second stanza, he should lurking, sliding, rhyming scheme is there, A, B, C, B, grass, pass. Then alliteration, P sound, plum, pass, the sound P is repeated, that is what alliteration. Then he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. So here in this stanza, what we get? The rhyming scheme A, B, C, B, age, village. Then once again, but he locked in the concrete cell, the last, his strength behind the bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring the visitors. Rhyming scheme A, B, C, B, bars, visitors. Personification, the tiger is personified because the poet refers him as he, once again, his strength behind the bars. Then is alliteration, the sound B is repeated, behind bars. Then the last one, in the last stanza we get the rhyming scheme A, B, C, B, cars and stars. Alliteration, H is there, H sound is repeated, he hears. So in this way the poetic devices are there, the figures of speeches which are there in the poem. Hope that you have understood the poem. It is a very simple poem with a big message that how these wild animals must be thinking about that we the people are really very cruel and brutal towards them as we are confining their life in the cage. So once again we will meet with the new unit, and I hope that you are there enjoying the lockdown since the month of March, keeping touch with your syllabus. तब तक के लिए स्वस्थ रहिए, मस्त रहिए, हंसते रहिए. Stay at home. Take care. Thank you.